Hey everyone, today I'm doing a tutorial on this full face of makeup. I decided to do a full face tutorial because I haven't done one in a while, and a lot of people have been asking me about like foundations that I've been using, concealers that I've been using, bronzers and stuff like that. So I decided to film this just to help answer some questions that you guys have. I didn't really know what I was going for, but I have been doing this technique a lot lately. Not these exact same colors, but basically you guys will notice as I'm doing it, just very smoked out like crease color and then a bright inner corner and a bright lower lash. I've been doing that routine a lot lately, just with different shades and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys are interested in how I got this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is priming my face. I'm using the Nivea Post Shave Balm. This is the sensitive one, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. I'm not sure if it makes a significant difference, but it feels really nice to apply, so I like it. And apparently it's supposed to like help make products stick since it has glycerin or something in it. But yeah, it feels sort of tacky on your face, which I don't mind. Okay, next I'm going to take this Makeup Forever Mattifying Primer. I love this. If I don't use this, I notice a really big difference. So I just take, whoops, not that much, just a little bit, but that was a little bit too much. And I just apply it to my T-zone area, and then usually whatever is left over on my fingers, I blend out on my face. Next, for foundation, I'm mixing two together. One of them is new. You guys haven't seen me talk about it yet or heard me talk about it yet. It's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I've been using this for a few weeks and I really like it. Mine is in the shade Y455. And what I do is take 3 pumps on the back of my hand. This matches me when I'm really tan. I could probably get away with just this, but my tan has faded just a little bit, so I like to mix it with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 108. This is way lighter, if you guys can see. I just add a little bit of this, but to lighten my foundation, but also I really like the finish that both of these give when they're mixed together, and I really like the coverage of both of them together. On its own, the Makeup Forever one I feel like is more of a medium coverage, and I like full coverage, so these mixed together are like perfect for me. Then I'm taking a damp beauty blender and using this to apply it to my face. And I know it looks, obviously it's darker than the color on my face, but I'm trying to match my body, so there's no need to be like, oh my god, your foundation's too dark for you. Okay, so I just applied one thin layer all over my face and I brought it down my neck, as you guys can see. Then what I do is just take a little bit more anywhere that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. So I'm not applying 2 whole layers all over my face. I'm just applying a second layer to anywhere that needs it. You know what I mean? So mainly just on my cheeks and a little bit on my chin. Next, I'm going to apply some concealer. I'm going to first take my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the shade Medium Neutral, and I'm just going to apply this right up underneath of my eyes. Okay, I like this concealer on its own, but just to kick it up a notch, I'm going to take my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. This is really, really light for me, so I just apply a few dots over top of that first concealer just to add a little extra. And I'm not applying it to the center of my face, like directly to the center of my face. I'm just going to use whatever is left over on my beauty blender to apply it to the center. You'll see what I mean. So I'm just blending this out. And what I was just saying is whatever is left over on my beauty blender, you guys can see, it'll go on my face, if that makes any sense. Both of these concealers are full coverage and they both blend out really easily, and together they're just like the dream team. I'm serious. Alright, next, I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer. I usually use my Laura Mercier loose translucent setting powder, but today I'm gonna be using this Airspun loose powder. You can get this at the drugstore. It's really cheap. And I do like the Laura Mercier one a little bit better, but this one is $8 and the Laura Mercier one is like $40. So I'm going to be using this one today, and I'm just taking my beauty blender. The only thing that this smells like baby powder. It's kind of overwhelming, but I'm going to just take the damp beauty blender, and I'm using the side that I did not use to blend out my concealer. So this is kind of like a clean side, and I'm using this to bake my under eyes. It's very like dusty, this powder, like it's pretty messy, but it gets the job done. And I started using this, like I picked it up because I saw Patrick Starr using it. Oh my god. Yeah, and so I got it because he like swears by it. And then I'm also going to apply this anywhere else that I applied concealer. This is going to just set my concealer, you know. Alright, after it's been a minute, I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix powder. Mine is in the shade C6, and I'm just using a Real Techniques powder brush, and I'm just getting a little bit on my brush, and I'm going to use this to set the rest of my face, but also to dust off this loose powder so it's not like stark white on my face. So that's it for like foundation. Next I'm going to move on to my brows. I've been kind of going out of order. Like I do my foundation and then I do my brows and then I go back and finish up my face. I don't know why, but that's like the order that I've been going in lately. Why is there like a line on my nose? Weird. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera. A lot of you guys have been requesting me to do a brow tutorial. I will get to it, but I'm just going to tell you what products I'm using first. I'm taking the Anastasia brow powder, and this is the shade Chocolate. This is what it looks like. I'm using the Brow Wiz in the shade Caramel, and I'm using the L'Oreal like eyebrow gel stuff, and then I'm just taking my MAC Studio Scope Concealer in the shade NC35 to clean up my brows. But I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do it off camera. So okay, I'm very like, I don't know if it's a good brow day. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to my eyes. I'm taking my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, like always, and I'm just using this to prime my lids for shadows. So I'm just blending this out with my finger. Alright, I'm not really sure like what eyeshadows I want to do. I'm just gonna wing it. Alright, I'm gonna be taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. I just got this for my birthday, and oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. And I'm gonna be taking this shade right here. It's just as like a light pale neutral shade, and I'm using that to set my base. Then I'm going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm just using a like blending brush to just apply that to my crease. I just kind of want to use this as like a guideline almost for the next shade. But yeah, I'm just applying this to my crease. And this doesn't have to be perfect, like I'm blending it out pretty smokily, I don't know, just blending it out a lot. Alright, once I have that to the intensity that I want, I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right here, which is kind of like a reddish shade, and I'm using the same brush, and I'm just going right over top, like literally right over top of that last shade. Then I'm just going to take this large blending brush with no product on it. Let me wipe it off to make sure there's no product on it. With no product on it, I'm just going to blend over top of everything just to make sure everything is really smooth and there's no, you know, harsh lines or anything like that. Then with the same brush, I'm going back in with the red shade and going back over top of it. Now, I feel like I should do something on my lid. Actually, I have a better idea. Alright, next I'm going to take my Naked 3 palette from Urban Decay. I also got this for my birthday. And I'm going to be using the shade Trick, which is this one right here. And I'm going to take a shader brush. This is a MAC 213 brush. And I'm going to get it, like, I'm going to spray some Fix Plus on it from MAC. And I'm going to get a little bit of that shade and I'm going to be applying this to the inner corners of my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like a very rose gold color. Next, I'm going to go back in with the Kat Von D palette and I'm going to take that first crease shade that I used, this one right here, and I'm just using a fluffy brush just to smoke this out on my lower lash line, like smoke it out a lot. You can use a smaller brush to get more like precision, but we don't want precision. We want to look like we haven't slept in days. Once you have it all smoky. I'm going to just take that brush and wipe it off so there's no product on it, and then just kind of go back over it just to make sure it's all blended. Alright, then I'm going to take that same shade Trick from the Naked 3 palette and bring this right in the center of my lower lash line. I've been doing this a lot lately, like applying a sparkly shade to the inner corner and then also to the center of my lower lash line. I don't know why, I just really like it. Oh my god, my back itches so bad. You know what, let me update you guys. I feel like I look so weird right now. My birthday was December 3rd and I just turned 18 and I got my first tattoo. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, you guys would have known that. If not, I'll leave all of that down below. Sorry, I'm like trying to get this eyeshadow out of this little spot and it's like stuck. Okay. Anyways, that's why my back is so itchy. Ugh. What else has been going on? I don't really know. Alright, so then I'm going to take this Kat Von D eyeshadow in the shade Thunderstruck. Mine is like shattered, so I'm not going to hold it up to show you guys. But I'm being careful. And I'm just going to take that same shader brush, but I'm wiping it off so it's not really wet anymore because I don't want to apply this shadow wet. I want it to be dry. And I'm going to take a little bit of that and just go over the same spots that I applied that first shimmery shade. So the inner corners of my eyes. I like this shadow layered on top of this one. It looks really nice. Also under my lower lash line. And then with my finger, I'm just going to kind of blend out this lower lash action. I'm trying to think, should we make it a little bit more intense? Should we? I say yeah. Alright, I'm going to take this Urban Decay, what is this? Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. Have I used this in a video? And I'm just going to apply it where we put that glitter, that shimmery eyeshadow on the lower lash line. There was this one day that I did it in the inner corners and here, and it looked really nice, but I'm just going to do it on the lower lash line for today. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some, should I do winged eyeliner? Nah, I'm not going to today. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and apply some false lashes. Today I'm using the Ardell 113s. I don't know if you guys can see, but these are my new favorites. I'm obsessed with these. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and apply those. Okay, so I went ahead and applied my lashes, and I also applied some mascara. My new favorite combination of mascara, is the Maybelline Lash Sensational and the Maybelline Lash Stiletto. These are awesome. But anyways, as I was doing my eyelash, I was like, what am I missing? Like, something doesn't look right. And then I remembered that I forgot to finish my face makeup, like my contour, blush, all that stuff. And I usually do that after I do my eyebrows, and then I would do my eyes. But I'm gonna start off by taking my Nars Casino Bronzer. I used to use this a lot. As you guys can see, this was well loved, and I just started using it again recently, and I'm so happy that I am because I'm obsessed with it. I'm taking a MAC 187 brush, which is just a large stippling brush, and I'm just kind of picking up some product, and then I'm gonna apply this just as bronzer. So on my cheeks, and this is so pretty. I love this because I am a little bit more tan. If you're not as tan as me, the Nars Laguna bronzer, a lot of people talk about that, but that is just too light for me. But they're basically the same thing, just in different shades. And I'm bringing it up on my forehead and my temples, and then I'm also bringing it along my jawline and down my neck a little bit. Alright, next I'm going to be taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Sun Power. I got this for my birthday as well, and I thought I would like it as a bronzer, but I really like using it like as a blush. So I'm just using this on my cheeks a little bit and blending it into my bronzer, into the Nars bronzer. And then I'm going to take this MAC blush in the shade Copper Tone, which I also got for my birthday. I'm trying to use a lot of the new products that I got just to, I don't know, use them. And I'm going to go right over top of that just to make it a little bit more intense. I love this. I really wanted more orangey blushes, so I'm really happy that I got these. And then we're going to blend it out because right now it looks a little crazy. I'm just going to take my powder brush and just go over top of that slightly, just to blend it out so it's not too much. But I really like this. So for highlight today, I'm going to take my Too Faced Candlelight Glow. I'm obsessed with this, and I'm just going to be using an e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm mixing the two colors. It's like a champagne color and a light pink color, and I'm just going on my cheekbones. I like this. You can really build this up if you want, but I want it to be subtle today. Since there's a lot of glitter on my eyes, I really just want this to be not too much. Take a little bit on my nose, like it was about. And last but not least, for my face, I'm going to contour, and I'm using my Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D, and I'm taking an e.l.f. small stippling brush, and I'm just mixing these two shades and going in the hollows of my cheeks. I focus the product on the like out towards my ear, like the outer part of my face, and then as there's less product on my brush, I bring it towards my lips or towards my mouth, just because I want the darkest point to be out here, you know what I mean? Then I'm going to take a little bit more and just lightly apply it up on my temples and forehead. Then I'm going to dip the brush just in the middle shade, right here. I was like trying to tap off the excess, but I was tapping it like in the air, I don't know. And I'm going to just use this to contour my nose. Next, the last thing would be lips, and actually, I have a new favorite lip combination. So, I got this lip liner for my birthday. It's MAC's Strip Down. New favorite lip down? I was about to say lip down. New favorite lip liner for sure. And basically, I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips with this and fill them in a little bit with this. Then I'm going to take this MAC lipstick, and it's the Viva Glam Rihanna 2. Oh, just kidding, wrong one. I'm taking the Viva Glam 2, the whatever. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill my lips in. But I really like this combination because it's a more brownish nude compared to like a mauvey nude or a pinkish nude. It's more of a brownish nude. So I really like that a lot. And yeah, that's it for this makeup, I think. Am I right? Am I done? Did I forget anything? No. So that is actually it. Okay, so that's it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really love how it came out. Like, ooh, I'm feeling myself right now, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that is it. If you guys have any more requests, just let me know down below, and please thumbs up this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.